Good morning, fellow traders. It is 6:30 a.m. Pacific time on June 18th. Today's a Tuesday. Welcome to my trading journal. We just had cash open. You can see things are kind of going a little crazy right now. It gives us a little bit of time to kind of do our morning review. What you're looking at is the Jigsaw day trader platform. These are order books, depth of market, whatever you want to call them. It's all the same thing. They're futures products. Over here, there's 4 over here on the left that are all fixed income, and over here on the right is an equity product. I'll go through them really quickly. Over here is the Ultra Bond, all the way here, over here on the left. This is the 30-year, the symbol ZB right here. Right here in the middle is the ZF, which is the 5-year Treasury. This is the 10-year Treasury. It's primarily what I trade. And then all the way over here on the right is the E-mini S&P, and it typically works as an inverse or negative correlator to these other products. So when this is going down, these products are going up. Typically. Not always, but typically. Just really quick, let's look at what happened in the overnight. We opened here, sort of went sideways, which is kind of what we do. And then we had some announcement about stimulus in Europe, and this bolted higher. And then we pulled back a little bit to support, went higher again, same thing, came down here to support, and went higher again. So the overnight looks a lot like a trend day after the announcement there. Today's Tuesday. We had housing starts came out. We had Red Book. That was a good hour or so ago. No further things on the calendar to be wary of, so we avoided that potential hurdle. Tomorrow is FOMC announcement day, so things could dry up pretty quickly here, much like yesterday. So we will probably be looking at opportunities in the 30-year, maybe even the Ultra Bond, but we'll see. So areas of interest, places to be keeping an eye out for. This is obviously the overnight high is a spot to keep an eye out for. I mean, the overnight low, I didn't even tag that because it's so far down there. Keep an eye on that area. We have support here, which was the previous support area. Let's just take a quick look at that. This is a delayed chart, so we're not going to be quite down there yet, but that's this area right here. 22 even. That acted as support 1-2 times previously, so it could act as support again. We shall see. I'd have to see some pretty good pushback and buyer absorption of selling right there to trade that, in my opinion. So we've got areas of interest, really. It's just kind of evaluating context at this point. Try to stay patient today, but at the same time realize that things could dry up pretty quickly. So, excuse me. So take your shots. Don't blow your wad because you might not have an opportunity to gain it back later in the day. It's very important. One thing to notice here really quick is the bids and offers are about half of what they normally are. So it's a pretty thin market right now. So you can expect some volatility. I mean, that's across the board. Ultra Bond is probably, yeah, it's about half. 30 years starting to filter back in. But it's pretty typical of the open of equity open, cash market open. I think we might see those start to thicken up a little bit here over the next 10 minutes or so. So we sort of came down to support. 30-year came right down to this little profile step. 16 popped up a couple ticks. But it's too soon in cash open for me to engage in anything. So I'm going to pause the video for at least probably another 10 or 15 minutes, and then we'll look at some opportunities if they come up. Okay, we're back. It's about 7:13 a.m. Pacific time. After all the tweet debacle bullshit, it looks like the ZN is setting up a base here at like 12, half 12. It's been a couple attempts down here. We haven't been able to get past 14 half, unfortunately. Let's see if we can push through it this time. I was hoping to get a full-size lot on this guy, but I guess not. If we can get through 14 half here, I think we can get all the way back up to 20, even maybe even back up to the point of control, just because of the way the extended range today and all the volatility. I think this thing has legs. I don't know if I'll wait all the way till we get up there to the point of control, but it's plausible. Just got to get through 14 half. Got through it by a couple ticks. Let's see if we can hold it. I hate for this thing to trade all the way back on me. Not be good. Second try to get through 15. It's kind of struggling. I'm not digging that. I like the size of this bid though. Let's see if it holds. If they trade into it and it pulls off, that could be a sign that there's nothing there, obviously. Pulls off a little bit. At least 1,000 pulls off every time it drops in. Maybe the legs I thought were there are not there, in fact. Come on, don't drop in another one. Man, just too slow to get filled today. You'd think with all the volatility that you'd get filled pretty quickly. The back and forth has stopped. This is going to drop in again. Son of a bitch. I almost pulled it. We'll see what happens. But if it falls back in here to 12.5 or 12, I'm definitely going to buy it again. This might be one of these situations where they don't let it fall in quite as far. It gets bought up maybe at 13 or 12.5. As people know, this is going to be kind of an obvious consolidation and buy spot. The other thing I kind of failed to take into account is just the amount of volatility today. So a normal day, quote unquote normal day, the ebb and flow of the market's like 2 or maybe 3 ticks. Maybe today was 4 or 5 ticks. So maybe giving that a little bit more room to breathe. Then again, you have the danger of it coming all the way back on you, and you don't want to do that. That's kind of the beauty of scaling out, in a sense, because you lock in some of those profits. So I definitely think this is going back all the way up to the scene of the crime. Looks like we missed it, unfortunately. So I'll pause video. Okay, well, we're back. It's almost 8 a.m. Pacific time, which is almost 11 a.m. on the East Coast. Just wanted to point out that I got in here at 12.5. My first target was 18.5. And I said this thing had legs, and it definitely does. And I still think we're going to hit my second target, which would have been at 24. I think. Let me pull up the old Jigsaw order. My second target was at 21. So we would have hit that. Probably going to hit that. And then my third target was at 24, which I doubted. I doubted that, but I can almost guarantee we're going to hit that too. So, yeah, I got caught up in the tick drama down here. Could have given that a little bit more room to breathe. It's just the problem is when you're just 3 or 4 ticks away, you don't want it to come all the way back on you, so you're more apt to pull it off or recover it. And obviously if it's all the way up here, you'd give it 5 or 6 ticks, because it's not going to come all the way back to your strike price or your entry. Just wanted to point that out before I sign off for today. I don't really see any other opportunities. Yeah, this is just going to be mid-range all the way till, who knows. Kind of the structure's been blown to shit because of the tweets. And, you know, it's interesting that people have a very short memory, and they don't realize that Donald Trump in the 80s used to buy stocks and then send out press releases to pump them up and then sell them. So he was a pump and dumper back in the 80s, and that's basically all he's doing right now with these markets. And it's working. It's crazy. It's crazy how much it's working. And people are falling for it. It's just, I don't know, not that I only complain when it goes against me. Looks like we were getting close to my second target, so I should have held in that trade. Would have been a pretty good one. But I knew this was going to creep all the way back up to basically the scene of the crime. So, yeah, I'm just sitting here frustrated. But that's trading, I guess, is just having to deal with the frustration. So anyway, that's it. I'm done, I think, for today. And tomorrow is Fed Day, so I expect the morning to be pretty dead. I'll probably get up and just take a look at it. Nah, I'll be here, but I just don't know if I'll be trading at all. But I thought today was going to be dead, so who knew? Who knows what's going to happen tomorrow? Who knew today was going to be like this? Just trade what you see. It's all you can do. All right. Good luck, guys.